like at your
Yes.
job. Yeah. Dude, I actually had never had that happen until like Black Friday. After Black Friday, I went home and I took a nap immediately. Like as soon as I got home, I got off at 2, and I took like it ended up turning into like a 3-hour fucking nap. It was a damn sleep. It was a short sleep, and I had a dream about me asking people to apply for the credit card. I was like, dude, I swear to God, I kept waking up and I was like, oh, I forgot to ask them if they had a rewards card. I was like, oh shit. Dude, I swear to God, I'm not even joking with you guys. Like, it was the worst feeling ever. I kid you not, I asked at least like 300 fucking customers if they had a rewards card.
I fucking had a Anthony-esque cringe moment with a customer like 2 days ago, or a couple days ago. Bro, I was doing carts, and I could not hear this man, and this man could not hear me, so I just want to say that before I say what happened. So basically, I'm coming in with carts, this guy's kind of in the way. I say, excuse me. He says, I'm fine, how are you? And I say, you're welcome.
That is me, bro! That is me!
Fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, I thought he said thank you for saying excuse me. So I said you're welcome, but then I registered. I said excuse me. He said fine, how are you? I said you're welcome. And it was done.
I couldn't help it. That was funny as shit, dude. Oh, I played that out, Mom. I played that out, Mom.
Bro, that's something I would do, man.
That's so funny.
That is actually something I would do.
That is funny.
Oh man.
It sounds like I think I killed this story too. It sounds like whenever I was cashier and the guy we had
the hell did you fucking do? Okay, we're using
oh god. Me and the guy had a good conversation.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
This is so fucking funny, is it?
No, I am laughing because of the story.
Is it funny to get fucking...
Well, you get funny when you get angry.
That's so bullshit. Every fucking time I go in for the bottom fucking bounce.
Me and the customer were having a good conversation.
This is my second day with this game.
And then I saw his hand reach out, and I was like, alright, and I gave him a high five. And he was like, oh, I wanted my receipt. I was like, oh.
Something like that happened with me.
Wait, Jason, was it a high five or a handshake?
No, it was a handshake. It was he put his hand down. He put his hand down. And I shook his hand, and he looked so uncomfortable. He was like, I wanted my receipt, and I was like, oops.
That's so awkward, dude. That is so fucking funny.
We were having a good conversation, so I shook his hand.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to shake my hand. What a strapping young gentleman.
At 8 o'clock?
Dude.
Okay.
Look, so on Black Friday, I told you guys how I checked out like 300 customers and shit.
11. I was asleep.
Every time, like, whenever a customer comes up to the counter, I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Then I'll be like, I'll check and see if they have the rewards with us. Like, if they're...
Dude, that's all you think
if
about
they're in our
anyway.
reward system. Dude, I swear to God. Look, so I would say, like, I had it down because, you know, we had a non-stop line, so I was just, like, piling through customers. And so I was like, every time, I was like, do you have rewards? And I got so like used to saying it and like hearing myself saying it and shit that like when someone would come up, I would try to say it like too quickly, or like I would just get ahead of myself and I was like and I would look and I would think to myself and I was like, what the fuck did I just say? I did it so many times on Black Friday. It was fucking awful, dude. Oh, worst day ever.
Alright, Gabriel, what was your story?
Okay, so you know about the guard check, right?
Yeah.
So the guard check, where they are the metal detectors. So
okay, guard check. All right.
Yeah. So I am there. I don't remember if I am leaving or entering, but one of the persons that are in the machine detectors and the metal detectors holds her hand high up, not high up, like but I was thinking that it was a high five, but she was just moving her hands. So I was thinking that I am not going to leave her hanging, so I just
Good guy, Gabriel.
high five.
Good guy, Gabriel.
And it wasn't that, and now every time that I go over there and she sees me, she gives me a high five.
No. Hey, if she carries the high fives going, that's all that matters, man.
Gabriel didn't want to leave her hanging.
I know, I like how you said that. I didn't want to leave her hanging.
That's the right thing to do, Gabriel. That's the right thing to do.
Oh shit, dude, that actually reminded me. I got called stupid today by a customer, too.
What?
Yes, this fucking bitch, dude. Like, so supposedly, like, this lady said, like, she tried to bring her shit back from like 5 months ago, right? Like back when I was getting trained, and said that I double charged her for something. But my managers went through like all the shit because she filed a complaint, and then she called me stupid to my manager and shit. But you know, all my not employees, but like my coworkers and shit were on my side and shit. But she came in like she was the first customer in the doors. Like I opened up the doors, I unlocked all the doors and opened them up, and she walked in, and I was like, do you have an exchange, or can I help you with anything today? And she was like, no. She was like, I don't even want to talk to you. I'm pretty sure you're the one that messed me up in the first place. And she gave me like this stank eye and this attitude. And she went and talked to my manager, and she was getting loud. We had to call security on her. And she called my manager a hoe, and she called me stupid. So.
Dude, I had a fucking exchange today. I had my first rude customer. I was so blown away by how rude this bitch was that I just kind of like looked at her and I was like in awe. I was bringing in
That's what I did.
A mattress large, and I could only carry on one thing, balance it and bring it in. So I was bringing it in, taking it to the main lobby where there's some customers that are like walking out, and apparently I was a little too close to this bitch, and she wouldn't move. Like she saw me coming up the whole like aisle with this cart or with this pallet, so she wouldn't move. So she got closer and closer to the mattress until eventually the mattress that I was carrying kind of squeezed her in between the mattress and her cart. And then she was like, sir, sir, sir. I was like, oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Like I was saying sorry, and she just looked at me with her mouth open. She was like, you're making my knee buckle.
What?
I was like, bitch, move, get out of the way.
You're making my knee buckle.
Picture that in my mind. Just move. You saw me coming the whole
like
way.
Some fat bitch. I'm picturing
No,
like
she was like a skinny 50-year-old.
Yeah, I was picturing a skinnier girl, and she was like up on her cart, and Brandon was squeezing this huge mattress
The whole
down
time
a
I was
tiny
just like,
aisle.
I was smiling. I didn't think it was that serious. I was smiling, saying sorry, sorry, and she was like, my fucking knee, sir.
She said that?
No, but
Oh my gosh.
she was like, sir, sir, and then she was like, you're buckling my knee.
That part gets me every time, man. Sir, I could just see her getting squished slowly. And she's like,
I didn't hear it first. I was in the whole
Fucking
world.
fucking mattress.
Honestly, I was thinking the people who returned the mattress left their sheet on it, so I was thinking like these people are foul to do that. That's what I was thinking when. And then like I'm daydreaming, and I turn around and this bitch is squished, and she's yelling at me.
That's the funniest shit I ever do. What the fuck?
That is pretty funny, man.
Hey, why isn't this thing finding a game?
Dude,
I don't
6
know.
out of 10.
There's only 5 of us in
here,
here.
bro. What is this? We gotta get out of here, dude.
So weird, dude. I wish I could work with you. Just like everybody here. I want to work with everybody. I want to work with Brandon again so we can have some funny moments.
Did Jay leave? Did you leave, Jay?
Yeah, I left.
I never should
You
leave.
should apply to though.
I'm trying to get Ryan back, man. It's a great job, honestly.
Sir, my knees buckling. Like, you know how fucking dead I would be? I would be on the ground rolling, doing fucking snow angels. I'd be doing snow angels on the mattress, man. And I would be losing my mind. You know how I fucking get when something's too funny.
So then we'll be having a conversation, and then on the background you see Anthony doing that.
I just
No
looked at her. I didn't know how to
angels, and then I
react.
Rolling a mattress down an aisle.
Whenever I get a rude
Squid.
customer, dude, I honestly, I react the same way every time. I just like look at them and try to process what's going on, but I can't.
Was she being rude
time.
or like?
She was panicking. She went from
Screaming
being
for her
rude.
life.
She went from being rude to panicking to being incredibly rude afterwards. Like after she
Nigel,
panicked,
what do you
like
say?
the look she gave me, she just looked at me with her mouth open and like the stank eye, and we did not break eye contact for like 4 seconds. But I was like smiling
Oh, okay.
and
I
a
didn't
little
hear you.
confused.
You were having a good time.
I thought it was fun. I thought we were playing.
Oh my god, dude, that is
Bro,
so fucking funny.
I squished her bad though. Like I looked and like her leg was seriously just trapped.
He was buckling her knee.
Her leg was trapped. Oh my god, dude.
But I've only been there for like a month, and that was the first rude customer I've had. So
I can't fucking do this, bro. These stories are funny.
my first day at I had probably the rudest customer I've ever had ever. He was so
I think I remember that.
mean to me for like the dumbest reason. Basically, he was putting shit in his cart, so I was waiting to give him the receipt because his hands were full. And then he started to walk away with it, or without it, so I said, "Sir, your receipt." I was like in for maybe an hour, 2 hours, and he looked at me, and like, it was like the same look that white people over 60 years old just are so entitled. I swear to God, they get so mad when things don't go their way. They all give the same look, like, even if they look different, they all look the same in that one moment, and he just looks at me, and he was like, "You fucking idiot." Like, I swear to God, that's literally what he said. He was like, "You fucking idiot." I was like, what the hell? And then he said, "Somebody needs to take this dumbass back to school or something," just because I didn't give him his receipt because I was trying to be courteous. I was mad, dude. I was so mad.
It made, dude, that bitch that
'Cause he
fucking
did the-
called me
'cause he-
stupid this morning made me mad.
Because like the girl that I squished today, it was just me and her, but this guy was making a scene in front of everybody, trying to make me look like an idiot.
You're squishing me.
I would pay money to see that.
Bro, I swear to God, like,
really
I remember like the moment I looked at her and I realized this was not a joke, and she was like for real mad, and I felt the smile on my face like kind of fade a little bit. I was like, oh shit, this isn't a
That's painful
joke.
too, man. That's painful. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. Sir! As she's slowly getting squished though, like, sir! Sir!
Nigel, do you have any stories
Anthony,
like this?
do you remember Anthony?
Wait, spit it out, Brandon.
Do you remember the first day I worked at when I went over to see you in the drive-thru and there was that kid pressing his face against the window?
What?
I walked over to the drive-thru and Anthony was like looking at me and like visibly holding back, breaking out laughing, and I looked to who was at the drive-thru window, and there was this little kid with like his nose pressed upwards on the.
It was a
Was it?
14-year-old kid with Down syndrome.
No, dude, I thought that was
Oh,
when the
that makes
kid.
it even
I thought that
funnier.
was the kid that came up to the thing and said, "Hello,
Well,
can
that
I have
happened
a?"
too. That happened too, by the way. That fucking happened too, but no, it was a kid. I think he might have some type of mental disease or something. But he was fucking making goofy faces in the window.
Bro,
and
I laughed so
and
hard.
then, who was it? That one guy that was fucking stupid. Like, got fired.
I'm joining.
Was there with me, and like, I think he was like PC or some shit. I didn't want to laugh in front of him because I felt like he would have looked at me differently, so I was trying to hold it in. I was looking at you, and this kid was fucking making the stupidest faces in the fucking window.
That shit used to be so funny, dude.
Oh my.
Like, I loved working with you. When I worked with it wasn't like that. It was like things just went bad, like in a good way and a fun way, but that's kind of when like we started getting in trouble up there. Plus that Connor kid started around the same time, and that guy was just like fucking him. And as soon as I saw them both working together, I knew some shit was gonna happen with them. I mean, this kid was like 15 years old and just like fat and dorky, and he would talk to black customers different. He would say yo, he would get in a yo every once in a while. It was bad.
Alright, I need an invite.
Oh man. Bro, imagine how fucking nutty it would be if me, you, and Ryan were at.
Well, they probably put Ryan back in food court. It feels like
I'm not going back.
It feels like the food court is fucking horrible there.
What happens?
Like there's nobody.
It's not bad, but it's the worst place to be at.
Just
Where are you gonna work at?
I'm gonna get a real job as an intern, and then another intern, and then I'll start my career. I'm never having another bum job again, hopefully.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh man.
Butters, I'm gaining on you, buddy.
Where?
That shit's it up.
Let's go, boys.
Alright, send me an invite so I can get in the board. Good times, man. I will say though, that's probably the most fun I had at a job before. Even though like I didn't like the job, it was the most fun I had at a workplace.
It was probably the worst job I've ever had, though, truthfully.
Yeah, well,
It was pretty shit.
how about Bungalow Joe's, man? You had to deal
Bungalow
with Zach
Joe's-
and shit.
Bro, all they ever had me do at Bungalow Joe's was just clean dishes. Like, it was nothing. You had to fucking close down for like 2 hours after, like, we
I know,
closed
that
and
was
had to
the
clean
worst,
everything
bro.
for 2 hours. Yeah, that was just not a good job.
Especially if you had like a terrible manager on that night, like you just ruined.
Definitely the worst job I had. Like, I look into the like food court. Like, I closed down the deli a week ago because somebody actually got fired, and I saw like things that reminded me of kitchen, and it like was depressing. I was like, oh my gosh, I never want to work with food again, ever. I don't ever want to be in the food court. I don't ever want to be in the deli. I don't ever want to work with food again.
Me neither, man.
I agree.
Me neither.
Yeah, food industry sucks.
I'll never deal with food again. But I would do like a 10-day contract with fucking if we can be back together. Yeah, and fucking the whole crew though. It has to be
They better
everybody.
give me like, they gotta give me like a year. Well, I don't even eat it anymore. They gotta pay me to work. Oh wait, they gotta pay me more to work. I'm gonna.
They gotta pay me to work.
They gotta make me pay them to work. God damn it, I'm paying them to work.
Wait, what?
No, I would never work.